Vertigo is a game that recently hit my VR radars when I found it on a Humble Bundle, alongside many other games I'm going to check out. Vertigo is a game that throws you into a world where you aren't welcome. The first 5 minutes threw me through a loop as I was greeted by not humans, but robots. I mean, I've killed many robots in my VR adventures, but what I was not expecting was the scale of the world I was thrust into. I felt so insignificant when inside a giant industrial complex, and once I started my adventure into this mysterious world, it was evident I was sucked in when I find a baton stuck in between some gears. You put a baton, pipe, or a stick in my hands in VR, comes a sword immediately, like there's no questions asked. The inhabitants of this world are hell-bent on your demise, as combat ramps from melee encounters upon rafters, to blasting robots in hallways, to a firefight in the lobby. That part I won't spoil. The game's whole aesthetic to me is reminiscent of Half-Life, in a place where you have zero knowledge on it. There's logs you can find during your adventure to give you some context as to what is going on in the world. Whilst the detail isn't on the scale of a AAA title, which isn't a bad thing, there's a good time to be found here. This game for me lasted for 3 hours. That's from start to finish your normal difficulty, scaling massive tubes of green liquid which could possibly be Mountain Dew or some toxic waste, then fighting some anglerfish with tentacles before fighting my way to the top. Not to mention, some levels introduce a unique gimmick, like being shrunk down to the size of a Lego figure, or having some cute worms. There are puzzles to be found, but since the game is linear, side content is relegated to finding upgrades. The orange juice you find in your adventure will give you opportunities to give yourself a small advantage in the firefights you'll eventually get yourself into. And the variety is small, but it consists of surveillance drones, security robots to unusual creatures. Now for the weapons, for the base game it's limited, but each one serves its purpose. You got a baton for your close quarter melee encounters, your pistol for small targets, and an SMG/rifle hybrid allowing for long and mid-range. Your traversal tool is your teleportation device. The execution for this tool is holding the trigger to open a portal and then throwing it onto yourself to reach said location. Getting around in Vertigo means scaling heights, and let me say this, I used to be afraid of heights, probably still am, but when in VR, those fears wash into nothingness. Do not let your fear of heights discourage you from checking this small title out. I think there was very few moments in Vertigo where I felt stumped, and the time I did get stumped during sessions was during the toxic caves and the waste facility. But after taking a short break, I was able to refresh myself and push through. And this game does what few VR titles do, projectile deflection. It's probably the only mechanic I'd want in all VR titles. Everyone wants to do Star Wars level stuff and deflect blast rounds like a Jedi. It is always a welcome addition in my eyes. Overall, Vertigo presents itself as an adventure through another universe, dimension, inside an industrial complex, with one objective: to escape. Should you find this game on the cheap, it is worth a shot. But this also asks the question, will I be checking out Vertigo too? Only time will tell. As for the next VR video, why don't you all suggest some games in the comments below? And if you're not subscribed, consider doing so. If you want crazy, dumb and silly content, just do that and we've got a deal. Alright, that's it. Until next time.
You is a bitch. You is a bitch. Hey, Kiba. Yeah. I was just in Vertigo, right? And then this little fuck-tard fit anglerfish came up and shot me and slapped me with a tentacle. My deflections bullets and beat the fuck out of it.